This is the one many have called Mother Mary, the Mother of Jesus the Christ. The fourth teaching: accept life as it is. It's impossible to love or feel at peace unless you accept life as it is. Non-acceptance closes the heart, which is the doorway to love and peace. There's no other way but acceptance to open that door. When you accept, peace comes and love can flow once again. This is a hard truth for the mind to swallow, because the mind is designed to reject, resist, and desire something other than the way life is. The mind doesn't accept the way things are. It doesn't accept cold when it wants warmth, or rain when it wants sunshine. It can even be upset over vanilla ice cream when it wants chocolate instead. The mind believes that life should go according to its ideas and plans, and like a willful child, it complains and is angered when life doesn't. Listening to the mind ensures that the heart will stay closed. If you take the mind's perspective as yours, then you will be at odds with life, you won't find happiness, and you won't experience lasting peace or love. This resistance is natural and how you were built to respond to life. Nevertheless, there is another way. You don't have to let your mind determine your inner experience. You don't have to be upset by what the mind is upset about. The mind's rejection of the way life is doesn't have to be your internal experience, your experience of life. There's another possibility. Do you want love and peace more than you want what the mind wants? This should be easy to answer when you realize that the mind doesn't get what it wants anyway, just because it wants it. Are you willing to see that you're not the mind? Is the mind wise enough to know what's best for it? Like a child, the mind doesn't know, but it thinks it knows. Fortunately, you are inherently wise. Although you have a mind that often refuses to see the truth, something else within you knows the truth. Unlike the child, you actually know that you cannot have life as you want it, that life is what it is, and it will be what it will be. The mind thinks it can change this, but it can't. The mind will be forever unhappy as long as it believes that life can be changed in ways that it cannot be changed. The child that is the mind doesn't grow up. It continues to believe its erroneous beliefs in spite of evidence to the contrary. It doesn't learn, it doesn't grow. But you are already grown up and see the truth. You are not the mind. Look to that which is wise within you to determine your stance toward life. Your internal experience is governed either by you or by your mind. Your subjective experience is in your control, while much of life is not. Take the reins back from the mind. Take control of your subjective experience. Align your perspective with the truth about life, and don't allow the mind to tell you how to think or feel. Peace and love can be how you feel about life, rather than resistance and unhappiness, anger and discord. Find that which is within you that loves and is at peace with life just as it is. That has always been awake and aware within you. It is the only thing that has ever been awake and aware, but it gets overlooked in the jumble of thoughts that occupy your attention. Take back your power, which you've given to the mind, to determine your experience of life. Accepting the realities of life includes accepting your own pain and limitations as a human being. You have a human body with all the pain and limitations of that. You have false ideas which create painful emotions. You have tendencies that also cause suffering, such as judging, wanting to be superior, and comparing yourself with others. This is all as it's meant to be. There are no mistakes here. You are designed this way, and this must be accepted. But fortunately, you're also given the capability of overcoming the suffering and limitations of the human condition. What powerful creators you are! With just your thoughts, you create feelings. These feelings propel you to behave in often destructive ways, which reap certain consequences and more feelings. Then those feelings are acted on, and on it goes. This is the human experience. When you see how this works, it becomes possible to accept the way things are within the human experience and move beyond such human tendencies. If you don't see how this works, you're at the mercy of your humanness, and accepting the seemingly endless suffering caused by your thoughts and feelings will be difficult. Acceptance of life and of the human condition requires awareness of the truth about life and the human condition, because it's very difficult, if not impossible, to accept what you are unaware of. If you are unaware of the truth, how can you accept it? You will continue to adhere to the perspective you were given, the mind's perspective, which is false. Becoming aware of the truth about life and the human condition is key to being at peace and to becoming the loving being that you can be. Once you're aware of the human dilemma, of why being human is so difficult, then you're no longer at the mercy of the human condition, and it's possible to experience yourself differently. Once you experience that you are the loving being that you have always wanted to be, and not the mind, then it's easy to love and accept your human self, and to love and accept those who are still caught in the human condition, because you understand their dilemma. The challenge in escaping the self-loathing and lack that you experience as a human is accepting yourself when you feel this way about yourself. At some point, you realize that acceptance is the key to unlocking the prison of the human condition. Perhaps you hear it from a wise soul, or run across it in a book. The keys to the prison are out there when you're ready to find them. I offer this key to you as the most important teaching of all, my fourth teaching. Accept life as it is, and accept yourself as you are. How is this done? What is the mechanism of acceptance? If you look closely at those moments when you're in acceptance, what is it that you do or don't do that allows you to accept something? Doesn't acceptance come more from not doing something than from doing something? Doesn't acceptance happen when you stop arguing that you or he or she or life should be different? When you give up the fight against the way things are? You surrender to things just the way they are, including surrendering your resistance to the way things are. You let your resistance, your rejection, your anger, your frustration with the way life is, to just be there. Then you do something. What you do is recognize that the resistance, rejection, anger, frustration, and anything else you're feeling do not belong to you. That's right, they do not belong to you, but to the human condition. Your feelings belong to humanity, They're part of your humanity, and you sit with these feelings with compassion for the pain they cause you and all of humanity. You recognize your feelings for what they are, a byproduct of the human condition. In that moment you are free, no longer at the mercy of them. This freedom is the experience of your true nature. You have always been this free, but you've been playing at being human. You've been moving in and out of the human experience, but all along you have never been human. You have always been both that which is aware of being human and that which experiences being human. What a paradox! You are both human and not human. When you become aware of who you truly are, then being human becomes so much easier. Being human is no longer a problem, because you've accepted your humanity, and that acceptance enables you to be free from the suffering caused by being human, and free to be who you really are. This is why acceptance is the most powerful teaching of all. It's the key to freeing yourself from the human condition. This key is given to you when it's time to step out of the prison, and no sooner. Everything has been designed to bring you to this moment of awakening. Acceptance has a potential pitfall. Accepting your humanness and feelings doesn't mean indulging them. This can be a fine line to walk. Walking this razor's edge takes practice. After accepting the human condition, rather than returning to your humanness and letting your feelings play themselves out in the usual ways, the next step is to give your attention to the life you are given in this moment. Not the life the mind dreams of, but life as it's showing up in the here and now. Once you become aware of the mind's role in creating the human condition, and you accept that the mind does what it does and perceives as it perceives, then you must choose to give your attention to something other than the mind. If you give your attention to the mind, you will perpetuate the human conditioning that you've received, rather than move beyond it. It is your choice. Awareness and acceptance make this choice possible. Feel free to call upon me. I am at your service. Peace.